Okay, I'm Jazz.
And I'm Britt.
Let's talk about scandal.
Let's talk about it.
Actually, let's talk about scandal in Sweetwater, because that's what we was about tonight. Let's talk about scandal, baby.
Hey.
Let's talk about Sweetwater. It don't rhyme, but it was good.
So if y'all don't know, Sweetwater is only distributed in the low country.
It sure
so
is.
if you ain't in the low country,
they need to pay us for this.
Nah, for real though. This Sweetwater go crazy.
Nah, it really is good.
This is the India panel.
But it's scandal.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell y'all Huck was gonna be going after Papa Pope?
He went after him, but it ain't what he thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, but the bottom line is that's what I said. That was what was gonna be happening. Huck was gonna be focused on getting the command, focusing on Papa Pope. But like I told y'all before, and this goes back to, didn't I tell y'all, Papa Pope ain't no joke. Play with it. Y'all playing games out there.
Yeah, Papa Pope. Huck put that gun to Papa Pope's head, and Papa Pope was like...
First of all, Huck was trembling. I love me some Huck.
He was.
I love me some Huck.
But Papa Pope, we had the gun. Papa Pope was like... And then
Papa Pope...
He walked right by him and was like...
Papa Pope ain't worried about nothing.
He's not.
Okay? He wrote French Montana song.
I ain't worried about that. Papa Pope was round through each street.
Hey! Hey, okay? He was riding around through East Tremont.
He was.
Okay? Got some bad bees with him. Okay?
Aquafina.
All that.
Money don't mean nothing. Hey! I like that song.
Papa Pope ain't no joke. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. And Jake... What did Olivia say in the end, y'all? Because I'm not even going to do the order of what happened. What did Olivia say?
Olivia said, how are you here?
Nah, but forget about that. She said, no. She said,
Papa Pope got control over you. He controls everybody. And you know
she
what?
said,
don't worry about it because he still controls you.
She said he going to use you to get to me, but don't feel bad because he controlling me too. And what does that mean? But I told y'all before what I told y'all. I said Papa Pope ain't no joke because his word is his bond. He could have been snatched Huck up.
Yeah.
He didn't do it because he had plans for homie. Even if he didn't have plans in a specific way, he knew he's going to be of some use to me
and he was some use today when he killed dude from Project Remington or whatever it's called. Yeah. He told Huck, I got something in there for you.
Wrapped up real nice. But Huck automatically went up in there, got that duct tape. He picked up that knife and then he was like, listen, I'm going to write a real nice suicide note for you. Like he was doing homie some favors. Yeah. I don't know what Huck was talking about. But Huck went back. He reverted. I don't like seeing my homie like that though. Because I like Huck a lot. Yeah. But the thing is...
He was trembling. His eyes was all big. Like,
but what my boy my Papa Pope...
He's a G.
Real live dude. See, I didn't drop the N-word because I was about to say real live Nick, but I ain't say that. Papa Pope is a real live dude.
Papa Pope got swag.
All the way turned up. And for real. Papa Pope. Now, and then now check this out though. First of all, I mean, I really don't want to talk about the whole bomb situation. Yeah,
okay. Some lady, her son, she felt like the FBI killed him for no reason, and she went to the Capitol and had a bomb strapped up to him. Was like, y'all wasn't listening to me when I was asking like what happened to him. I just want to know what his file is. I wanted to be declassified or whatever. But ended up, then some fake FBI agents came to Harrison because he was talking to Olivia, because Olivia was one of the hostages or whatever, but she got there because she was nosy. She wasn't even supposed to be in there in the first place. But anyway, he's trying to call her on the phone and give her information or whatever. This fake FBI agent, she was like, yo, he was a terrorist. He had him in a little turban or whatever. He's like, please come again.
Anyway.
But it turns out that he was actually a CIA agent. He was undercover.
And he infiltrated the Taliban and all that.
Yeah, and that's why they couldn't bring it out that he was, actually a hero, because there's 57 other agents who are undercover with the...
So basically, the United States killed that man and killed his mama, as y'all saw. And if you didn't see, she blew herself up because she was devastated, distraught about the fact that her son was a terrorist and he wasn't. And she was like, I ain't about to go out there because y'all niggas gonna put me in jail. Yeah. And that's something that Fitz, but guess what? Fitz punk ass could have told her, you know, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of you. But no, he up here talking about, oh, blah, blah. I think they full of crap. That was garbage. It was garbage.
It's kind of messed up.
It was garbage because they could have took that woman in the Oval Office and explained to her the situation, and she would have shut the F up.
Yeah.
Give me a break. That crap was whack. I wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? But Olivia's hair looked really nice. But speaking of hair, whose hair was looking nice and thick? And
Millie. Boy, Millie, go ahead with yourself.
You know, we like thick hair. We got thick hair. We like thick hair. That girl hair was flowing in the wind. You saw when they was escorting them from the White House trying to get them to safety.
Nah,
her hair was...
I don't know, like she must... Who she get hair done by? Naida or something? She going to some Dominican?
that roller set.
Yeah, roller set.
That roller set. That blowout. That joint looked nice though. Millie's hair is really... I like thick hair. I thought it looked really nice. But, yeah, that whole bomb situation, that was that. The only thing now, other than Huck and Papa Pope, what I want to speak on is punk ass David Rosen, whatever his name is.
I mean, in the end, he did come through or whatever, but he was talking a lot of smack. Okay?
Punk ass David, please. First of all, Abby shouldn't even be feeling no dude like that. A dude that would say, "Oh, let me know when the
Abby went up to him to ask him for help on how to get to the He was like, "Yo, I'm not doing it. Olivia, she caused too much trouble. She's an adrenaline junkie. She gets herself into these situations on purpose.
Oh, switch out, dude.
And she was like, "Yo, this isn't just about Olivia, but yeah, let's go save Olivia." And he was like, "Yo, just let me know what the funeral arrangements are."
Yo, she should have slapped holy hell out of him for that. I don't like his punk ass. I didn't really feel him before, but now I really don't like him. You know what I mean? Because that was crazy. That was out of pocket.
That was really out of pocket. Then he goes to Cyrus and wants to talk.
Then he go to Cyrus, and I was glad when Cyrus punked him out and let him know, dude, I gave you this. He said, I almost dropped it. Yeah. He was like, dude, I gave you this. You ain't deserve this. You ain't deserving of the position you got. And you coming in here with this nonsense. But in the end, yeah, he helped out, whatever. Yeah. I ain't feeling David, bottom line. But other than that, let's talk about Millie.
Millie was
first of all,
up. She was on some southern.
No, but let's go back when her and Fitz was going at it about the baby eating. And he was like, and that baby's cute. Y'all saw that baby? He looked like Millie. But when Fitz was like, he can feed himself, and they was going back and forth about that, and she was like, I am not going to Camp David, to do the little photo ops. Yeah. But I thought that that scene was really cute. Like, it was interesting seeing them bickering about the baby, and then bickering with Cyrus saying heck no, and you saw Cyrus ready to have another heart attack. Everybody forgot Cyrus
got heart problems.
That Cyrus had a situation that's stressing Cyrus out. But in my opinion, Cyrus deserved to get stressed out for when he talking about do some kill report on Liv.
We haven't seen James this episode.
James still asleep. From episode 1. Episode uno, he's still asleep.
Crazy.
It's a wrap for him. But nah, I mean, that was crazy. And then fast forward to when they done cleared everything. Olivia's no longer in the building. The bomb went off. Everything is cool. Millie's sitting there.
I mean, the lady died, but...
I mean, yeah.
The main characters were alive.
Yeah, but... So, Millie's sitting there getting drunk. Asked Fitz to join in. Fitz took a little sip and was like, ugh.
Yeah, she's
like some weak dude.
This is that moonshine. What did she say? Moonshine.
Basically, as far as I was concerned, hunch, whatever.
That her father gave them whatever to celebrate whatever.
But when Chick stated, because he assumed she was.
Well, first she asked him to bang her on the table. That's what she said. And then she was like,
but a little bit of alcohol do that.
Yeah, he was like, Millie, you're drunk. And she was like, well, I mean, bang me here, like, whatever. And she was like, if you bang somebody else here, I'm gonna burn it. And he was like, well, what's wrong with you? Like, you over here, you happy because, you tired?
Yeah, I'm a little bit
He said,
it's that sweet water.
He said, I thought you would be, happy that, no, he said, I thought you would be sad because Olivia didn't get blown up into pieces today. And she was like, oh, no, I'm happy because if she was blown up, then you would be like, oh,
Saint Olivia.
Saint Olivia Pope,
And she said she can't do it.
She said that she's spectacular, but she cannot compete with holy relics and everything. So she was like, no, as long as Olivia Pope is walking around, that's my way to get to you because that's your floor, that's my weapon. You ain't.
That's your Achilles heel.
That's what she said.
What I don't think she should have let him know all of that though. She talked too much. In my opinion, she was drunk. Yeah, but she needs to not get drunk around Fitz because we already know that Fitz be playing them games. When he was like, I laid my head in your lap. She giving Fitz too much information, forgetting who Fitz is. And she told him, you basically telling him you're still a threat. Yeah. You're still a problem. Mm-hmm. You don't tell nobody like Fitz that you still a problem. We know he killed Judge Cancer with his bare hands. Bare hands. He didn't even send nobody to do the job. He did it.
In a secure facility.
Like it was nothing. Like it wasn't nothing. But, Chick, she let him know all of that. And she was like, so it's a good day. Olivia is still alive, still walking this earth, still your Achilles heel, still your problem. And all Fitz could do was sit there. And then what did Mellie do to Fitz? She turned the light out.
She walked out, turned the light, and dropped her mic.
Left him in the dark. She sure did drop a mic. But in my opinion, all she did was leave Fitz to ponder his next move. Yeah. She shouldn't give him any of that information, because when you're trying to mind F somebody, you don't give them too much information. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You may drop little things, but that was too much information. That's Millie's biggest problem. She always running her mouth.
She is.
With Fitz. Okay? Let's talk about when Huck came back.
Yes.
No, first of all, Quinn kind of redeemed herself this episode.
Yeah, but
kind of.
She's still her punk one of my favorites.
Yeah, we still don't really like her. But if it wasn't, she told Olivia what was going on with Huck. It was funny when they was like, Huck got a day off. What, we get days off?
Said, well, we get vacation.
We get vacation? They was like, what the hell are you talking about? But, Huck is special. You know what I'm saying? It's a different situation.
He had a special situation going on.
Yeah. And, it is what it is. They know Huck is not wrapped too tight. But the thing is, so when she gets to her office and Huck is there,
sitting in the dark, she was like, Huck.
Yeah, Olivia with that talk, man. Did you kill my father?
And he was like, I'm not here to kill you. Like, chill out, homie.
First thing. No, in matter of fact, let's backtrack. Remember when she called him?
Yeah. And
she was like, Huck, I need, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, look, because he asked her, what do you need? I told y'all.
He still rides for Olivia.
Huck he rides for Olivia.
Even though he was about to kill her father, he still rides for Olivia.
And even though he put his hands on her throat, he wasn't going to kill Olivia. I know a lot of people feel like, Huck was about to off Olivia.
There's a lot of 911 calls or whatever, domestic violence. Like, yeah, he put his hands on her and everything, but they still a loving family and they going to make it.
Them niggas is tripping for that. But see, he's working on it. But the thing is, Huck was not really going to kill. He was upset, you feel me? And... he was thrown off guard.
Amazed.
Yes, he was his whole a mind F just happened to him, okay? Yeah. And it was not an easy thing for him to deal with. He's trying to talk to Olivia, and then she tried to BS him with that talk, and he was like, yo, stop playing with me. Answer my question.
Hold on, who did that? Mano. Remember the Mano?
It was like, don't kill him. Don't kill him. But the thing is, like, he wasn't going to kill Olivia. He just was like, yo, stop playing with me. You know I'm not right. You feel me? That's what it was about. And she started running her mouth. That's why Olivia told him everything. Even though I think she should have refrained from letting him know who her daddy was. But, it is what it is. But when Huck, when she first spoke to Huck and he was like, what do you need? He was like, I just need some time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What he really was doing was tailing her father.
What he was doing was tailing Papa Pope.
It seemed like her father did not see him.
But Papa Pope!
Because he came up behind him. He was walking in the street. He was right there. He pulled the gun out.
And then walked past him.
Yeah, they walked right past him. He didn't even go through with
it.
But
Papa Pope saw his
Papa Pope was like, oh, hey, soldier, I saw you following me earlier today.
But that's what's so crazy, how Papa Pope ain't worried about nothing.
He's really not. Papa Pope was at the dude's trailer, the dude who's a part of, was it Project Remington? He tried to infiltrate the Oval Office earlier that day before the chick with the bomb came in. Yeah. But anyway, Papa Pope, Cyrus called Papa Pope, told him like, yo, we got a Remington problem.
We got a problem with Remington.
Papa Pope went to the dude. The dude was like, y'all want your money.
Dude was in some trailer talking like he don't want his money.
Beater, yeah.
Yeah, some dingy white beater.
I got the money from last time you gave me. You can take
it's
that.
Sitting around here somewhere. He said, I need to speak to the president. So obviously, and he mad about how Fitz has been behaving. Bottom line. Yeah. These people, like, they take it real serious how homie, behaves. And, I'm sure that as it goes along, they're going to get deeper and deeper into who B613 and all these riders that Papa Pope got riding with him and why they feel like they got a right to walk up in the White House and be like, hey, yo, Fitz, Let me holler at you real quick. That's what was happening.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I gotta talk to this dude real quick. And they was like, nah. They tackled him. He was like, did you not hear what I just said? I'm trying to holler at this. It was like nothing to him. He wasn't even worried.
He wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? All the B613 ain't worried about nothing.
But Papa Pope is really not worried about anything.
Papa Pope wrote that song.
Papa Pope came out of the trailer and Huck had to bang her straight to his face. And he was just like...
Do you understand that Papa Pope knew Huck was following him?
Yeah, and didn't even make a phone call.
He didn't even flinch. G.
5G.
G5G. All the way.
G, 5G.
For real, dog. That's his fraternity, man. Forget B613. They call that joint G5G. I'm tired. That's your step? Papa Pope step. I'm telling you, man. And then, but the crazy thing is, the saddest part of it, I love Huck. You feel me? But like
Huck
I said,
went to Olivia crying, and he was.
But hold up, y'all know if you've been watching, I like Papa Pope. That's my dude. You feel me? But Huck is my boy. So I really felt it when in the end, when he was, that scene in the office, when he was sitting there. That scene was
really sad. He was like, he said, after all this time, he said,
that man still
I
got
thought
a
this was
hold
going
on
to be a peaceful day for me. I thought I was going to kill your
father.
father.
He said, I did a lot of killing today.
Wrap him up in plastic.
But you peeped how Olivia, but matter of fact, but let's talk about how Olivia was so, she was stressed.
Yeah,
she was nervous. She thought he killed her father. So you know they love each other, like I told you before. Eli wants that relationship with her. You feel me? Eli, the man who raised her. Eli, the man who the man who sent her away to boarding school, whatever, so that she wouldn't be, close to that nonsense he be living in. Eli, who's paid off them student loans. But Papa Pope,
I need me an Eli.
Yeah, who don't? Papa Pope, that dude who came about, who she met when she tried to ask him about Acme Limited. Papa Pope, he can't be Eli with her.
Nah.
You feel me?
I think it's over for that. For the rest of her life.
And that's the sad part. But the bottom line is she loved Eli.
That's her father.
She don't love Papa Pope though.
Who would?
You know what I'm saying? She saw what Papa Pope, evidence of who Papa Pope is, was laying in her bed when the goddamn episode started. Jake laying there black and blue.
Burgundy, purple.
All of that. Hints of yellow. That man was jacked up. And when she was in that office and she kept asking Huck, did you kill my father? You
and
saw
Huck
her.
Sit there, he sat there, he said, no.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? He said, I did a lot of killing today, but I didn't kill your father. Notice how she didn't even ask who he killed.
Why would she ask? She know Huck kills people. It's a no. It is what it is. That's what he do for breakfast. The thing is, but the two scenes was sad. That scene, when Huck was like, in the scene with her and Jake,
yeah,
because it was like it was
all
so of them between Huck and Jake. Olivia and Jake, they all came to the same conclusion. Papa Pope ain't no joke. Mm-hmm. Papa Pope's hands is on my throat.
Yeah,
that's a rap
Papa
song.
Pope ain't
you feel
no
me?
Joke. Got his hands on my throat.
Hey,
Papa Pope ain't no joke.
Oh,
got his hands on my throat. Okay.
Papa Pope ain't no joke. Hey, got his hands up on that throat. Papa Pope, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all don't playing games.
For real. Papa Pope, Eli, he was calling Olivia. Olivia just got in the door. Jake, he talking about some, hey, I'm sure you're hungry. Like,
yeah, first of all.
But that's how you know he crazy.
You know he
got something going on up there.
And all y'all Jake lovers, you too, talking about, Jake is sick. She walked through the door, her suit is all dirty. She just, I was in this situation. He talking about, I know you're hungry. Cheeseburger. Mwah. The hell?
Yeah, that's that crazy edge.
Get the hell out of my face, Jake.
What is that? Like that makes me think of like The Shining or something. I don't know, but he needs to get going with that crazy twisted stuff. But yeah,
Jake was tripping.
He's saying this to her, and she's like, "Yo, how'd you get here? Nobody gets out of B16."
She just kept asking that man. B613.
There you go. She was like, "Nobody gets out of that." Shout
out to I think it was Blackston. That's his name on the YouTube. They told us. B613.
You know what it is. But
couple of people told us, truth be told.
613.
B613.
You know what? I think I had a class in the basement. It was like B316. That's why I'm always.
Why were you in the basement?
At Boys Harbor. At Boys Harbor. But,
Boys are taking dance or something.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. So anyway, Jake was tripping. He told me, "Hey, how you doing, smooches, smooches?" She was like, "How did you get out of that place?"
Yeah.
And he's like,
she was like, "Nobody gets out of that hole."
He was
nobody.
like, "I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine."
Jake just happy to be out.
But I think he's lying.
You think so?
I think so. And what told me was him talking about, "Hey, you hungry, smooches?" Because what are you talking about? What world are you living in right now?
You didn't see me?
Exactly.
You didn't see me with those red dots on my face?
Like,
Olivia had them red dots on her face, y'all. Harrison was, but you said,
chicken pox.
It always goes back to Harrison, though. You saw how when she was up in there, who did she call? When she called, she said, "Harrison, need you to be my eyes and ears." Lieutenant Harrison. Love me some Harrison. And, she told Quinn, "Yo, you better become baby Huck.
Yeah.
Do it. You up here snooping, stupid ass."
For real.
Okay?
But, Jake, her and Jake, they get to talking. She's
so
asking
you think that Jake is playing both sides?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think so. I really do. Because he just seemed a little too crazy and a little too out of touch with reality when she first came in that door.
I mean, he was getting his ass handed to him.
Listen, he was sleeping on some Egyptian cotton sheets. He should have came back too.
Oh, you saying after he's been in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point, because it's not like y'all not trained for this. So, I mean, but I guess he did come back too. You saw him get up. He was on that phone.
That's true.
But when Olivia was asking that, now what I thought was BS was when he was talking about, "All I saw was your face."
Yeah.
And
then
all of a sudden it was, "You got me out of there. You
saved me.
You saved me. Get out of here with that BS, Jake."
Flattery.
Olivia, you better watch it.
Better watch your back.
But
what about your friends?
For real. But like they said, like we said, what they all came to, that same conclusion. That Papa Pope ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Got his hands round their throat.
While Olivia and Jake were talking about this, her phone was ringing. Papa Pope was calling her.
Papa Pope was
then the president was calling Jake. Why was the president calling Jake?
But let's talk about Fitz hating ass.
Yeah.
He's such a hater. Jake called him for Olivia to try to get him to help her, and he talking about, "You ain't gonna be basically Captain Save Olivia today."
Yeah. That's what he said.
Fitz is weak. I don't like Fitz.
I don't be knowing his ulterior motives. Like, does he feel like he's just Superman and he can do it by himself?
He's weak. And he caught up in his feelings. He feeling some type of way because some other man, is there now.
Shout out to all the dudes out here in America and all of the world with too many emotions, man. You guys got to keep that joint on the wraps.
No, we ain't giving them a shout out. Y'all just need to cut
not
out.
shout out, but I'm saying, like, spotlight on the dudes who got too many emotions. Y'all need to cut it out.
You're supposed to be a man. Acting like these females. But so acting like these females. But yeah, so it was crazy. This episode was like,
it was crazy. I mean, the bomb thing, like, yeah, it was like, okay, yeah, the chick about to blow the place up. And I didn't think that she was going to kill herself, but she did, so.
Yeah, she was muerto at the end.
Dang.
Rap. But in the end, like I said.
The question is, where did the fake FBI agents come from?
Yeah, they just came out of nowhere. And Harrison was looking at them like.
Well, who do they work for? You know what I'm saying?
They said they had State Department licenses, but they were FBI agents, some crap like that. But you saw Harrison. Harrison was like, "There ain't no FBI."
That was smart.
Glad he peeped it.
Yeah.
Glad he peeped it. But that's why he's Olivia's right hand man. You know what I'm saying? She got a right hand man and a left hand man.
Who's her left hand man?
Huck.
Oh.
Yeah. She probably and check this out. I don't even know. She probably ain't left. She's probably right handed, and she needs Huck on her left hand because she can't write with her left hand. Huck is crazy.
Huck is
you feel me?
But I don't know. Huck is probably gonna be. I don't know what he's about to do.
No, Huck is really sad right now because Huck.
He realized that he's
still a puppet.
Yeah.
Just like Fitz.
Something else.
Just like Fitz.
Yeah, that's what Mellie said Fitz was. She said, "My puppet husband."
But when she called that man, when she said baby, I thought she was going to call him all types of bees. I was like, you know? And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, that was the first time I probably felt a little bit of compassion for Mellie.
The first time?
Yeah, because I thought she was a mother effer.
She is a mother effer, but I felt compassion for, I think, season 1 or something.
I felt her there. I was like, all right, Mellie.
I'm sorry, first lady or no first lady? Like, if I find out Trick is sleeping with my man...
Yeah, that's her husband. At the end of the day, ladies, that's her husband. So she got all rights. She got all rights to be pissed off. I just don't think Millie's playing her role right. I think Mellie is you know, whatever. But, you know, hey, the bottom line is she's his wife.
First lady. On
paper. All of that. Olivia ain't nothing but the other chick. Like I be telling y'all, man, the other chick. You don't really matter. Not really. I don't give a damn what he claims. Hello. But anyway, that's our review on Scandal, episode 3, season 3. I'm Jazz.
And I'm Brid.
Subscribe, NYCWAO, New York Chick with an Opinion. Deuces.